Hello, folks. We're doing some nice makeshift arrangements. I just want to be very clear that we're able to be streaming live and good and volume, audio, video, everything is fine. So I'm going to wait for a few seconds to get some feedback from you guys. Know that the if the feed is working fine, audio and video are good, all the rest of it. So we should be fine. I hope the brightness is all right, the volume is all right, and the audio is all right. Please do ping and tell me whether these boxes are ticked, whether you can see me and hear me clearly. We are in lockdown, so still working with some sort of makeshift arrangements to make sure that we can technically stream. So I'm going to wait for a few seconds just to get the feedback that things are fine, that you can see and hear me clearly. So I don't have lovely. Thanks a lot, Kailash, and I'm as well saying audio and video are both good. Thanks a ton. I think we should be ready to go. We're going to discuss what next after 1 second. I'm just checking whether the interface and the presentations are all good. Lovely. I'm going to just check what next after MBA. After a bunch of results have come out, quite a few results still remain to come. So those of you who are still waiting for results, hang on. It should happen. It should fall in place. There are quite a few colleges that are yet to release their results. So there is still reason to be hopeful. Plenty of colleges announce their results. Quite a few are still remaining. Wait list will move further. What should you be doing now? This comes into two parts. One is, second, just want to open the chat part. One is the guys who have been selected for their MBA. You're going on to your next leg of your journey. If you're in that group, then you should feel glad. Many congratulations, and make sure that you're mentally and psychologically prepared for a nice, arduous journey. Also keeping in mind the fact that you're going to be starting off pretty much online. So the next few days, next few months, in fact, going to be online for all of us. So get used to that. You will take value from an MBA if you throw enough effort in. I'm sure that the MBA will still be valuable 6 months from now when you go for your internship, and 19 months from now when you go for your job market. It will still have value. So put your head down and reconcile to the fact that a big part of it is going to be online, and hope for the best. How should you be preparing pre-MBA? If you're an account students, get comfortable with statistics and probability. If you're an engineer and you're comfortable with statistics and probability, get comfortable with accounts. Economics as a topic and a subject is very intuitive. Everyone should be able to grasp it. Accounts sometimes tends to get out of hand, especially if you don't know the fundas. Pick up some book, pick up some course on Coursera. Do some very basics of accounting before you get there. Those of you who with a lot of experience in pre-MBA, don't worry. MBAs are wonderful places to account for that experience and then get you a good job. But chances are you'll get slaughtered in summer internship. So make your peace with that. Make sure you do well inside. I see that quite a few of you have started posting questions. I have a prepared bit here, so I'm going to do that bit for about 20 minutes, and then we'll go to the questions and have a full-fledged go at it. Before we go further, those of you who are preparing for CAT 2021, it's a fabulous offer on a test dojo course. It's a beautiful course. One of my favorite parts of that I'm confident is the fact that you can take tons and tons of tests very specifically for key topics, and then practice and know where you stand, what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what you should work on, how you should build speed, the whole shebang really. That the test engine is really a compellingly good test engine. So as ever, you can do a bunch of things that you can check out before you buy the course. You can validate it, go right ahead, become a trial user, test out the test dojo code. We have a wonderful discount running for the next 2 days, starting now till the 23rd of May. Please do check out the course, and then you make your decision straight away. Let me move ahead and then see I have a bunch of prepared slides, some very few outlines. What should you do? That's a big theme for now. One, you should definitely, if you've got an admit, you should definitely prepare for your MBA. If you're taking a decision to go have another go at this CAT thing, then you should first of all, you should need to be clear that you can start from scratch from now and still have a very good shot at it. as the time window shrinks to prepare, you need to put more in per week. It's not over, especially if you don't have your fundas in place. You have to spend more time understanding percentages and profit and loss and ratios and geometry, more time practicing, more time building the speed. But enough time is still available. You start now, you're starting from scratch. It's still June, July, August, September, October. 5 months completely available. And then a 6 month completely available. You should look to finish all the bits and bobs of syllabus with a few mocks in by October 31st and do mocks literally exclusively in November. You'll be ready. Quite a few have started now or even further later than this. The usual timing thing and crack this exam. Right? So you can start now, prepare well and crack it. Those of you who are thinking who have gotten to an MBA, make sure you're mentally tuned in, make sure you're ready and geared. Do some accounts, do some probability based on whichever part is your weak area. Which B school to select and what are the factors driving it? Right? First of all, there are two decisions sitting here. One is, should I take a B school at all or should I try for a CAT one more time? And if I'm selecting a B school, between these, what are the better? First of all, between retake and accepting the admit, what are the variables? Obviously, I cannot give a quest solution for everybody. The variables you understand, risk appetite you understand. The variables you need to keep in mind. If you're a fresher or you have less than 1 year experience, then the bias is towards waiting. Chances are you can get a CAT score as good as this or better. And with an additional year of experience under your belt, your options open up. So the bias is towards waiting. If you already have a fantastic job, which is pays probably 8 lakhs per annum or 9 lakhs per annum today, then you should not, you pretty much you're excluding your options to the top 10. You cannot afford to join college rank 23rd if you're getting paid 9 lakhs per annum now. The chances are at the end of the next 2 years, you could be automatically at 11.5 lakhs per annum. Doing an MBA from a college where you spend 25 lakhs and then end up with a 15 lakh pay, the ROI doesn't add up. You can go places without doing an MBA. That remains an option. So if you're already a very good place, then there are fewer options for you. Then the bias is towards not taking the MBA, doing your own thing. Right? Third variable, which is where you need to be very careful about your biases, is how confident are you about this CAT drill? And so how sure are you of going through this drill of preparing for this exam all over again and getting at least as much as you've done this year? If all your mocks were at 98.5, 98.7, and on CAT day things didn't fall in place, and it ended up with a 94.3, and then you've got a I am ranchy admit, and you feel like, look, maybe I have one more, you have one more shot at this, then the bias would probably be towards waiting. Those of you taking CAT 2021 after having come close in CAT 2020, start all over again, throw everything into it, have a bias towards taking more mocks, right? Several exams, CAT, SAT, NMAT, SNAP, GMAT, if it is relevant, all of that. So keep that in mind. Those are the variables to keep in mind. How much am I getting paid now? Where am I even without an MBA? How much experience do I have now? How confident am I of getting at least the exact CAT score that I got last time? How comfortable I am psychologically for going through the drill of preparing for CAT. Complete one more iteration of that. So keep that in mind. Next thing. Is an online MBA worth it? Right? So remember, if you're going to do an MBA from IIM Trichy or IIM Bangalore or IIM Calcutta, it is going to be online this year. Nobody is going to treat it like an online MBA. But there's a difference between doing an online MBA, doing an MBA online. It seems like it's a corny way of describing it. All of you are going to do an MBA online. Several of you are going to do an MBA online, not an online MBA. An online MBA is what you pick up, where by design the entire course is planned to be delivered online without student interaction, without a peer group thing, without placement at the end of it. And so because you're not signing up for that, there's a big difference. So every degree you do, every course you do, every skill set you add on, every certification you do is a signal. And so all of us are working and doing several things to send more and more powerful signals. Hey, I'm good, please recruit me. I'm a rock star. I can excel completely. I can work independently. I'm a genius. I can network really well. I have a sales delivery channel. I have a big big team that will react to me. all of those things, if I can convey, then people are interested in recruiting. Right? If you get a seat from IM to G and you're going to do 6 months of the course online, predominantly, it is still a powerful signal because people will know that you were good enough to get into IM to G. Once you've gotten there, you just happen to be doing the IM to G MBA this year online. So I wouldn't treat an MBA that is being done online this year as an online MBA. So that's why I'm saying there's a distinction between doing an online MBA and doing an MBA online. So guys, so what is that you're going to miss out on? You're going to miss out on loads of fun. You're going to miss out on a wonderful set of relationships. You're going to miss out on some friendships, some peer group interaction. The thrill of working from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. on a silly in hindsight report. Scrambling to your room, not being able to sleep, playing something, listening to some music, and going for breakfast at 6 a.m. That is something all of you are going to doing MBA now. You're going to miss out. I built wonderful friendships and relationships with my friends. We've been doing a course with our sister and PyWork for school mathematics. Several of my classmates ping back and say, "Hey, we had fun learning. I hope my daughter will too, and sign them up for the course." So still remember the fun we had in crazy night canteen sessions and late night discussions on whether Ian Botham was better or Kapil Dev was better. So we did have that. You're going to miss out on all of that. So you're going to miss out on a bunch of experiences that go with it. The atrocious mess food, the ridiculous deadlines, the cranky professors, the ill-maintained hostels, they're all part of the package. Forge really good friendships in that. And you guys are all poor sorts who are going to miss out on that. Hats off. I mean, my heart goes out to you. I won't say hats off. I'm really sorry. But in terms of the tangible payoff outcomes, you ain't missing much. An MBA this year won't be treated like an online MBA. It's just an MBA that you're happening to do online. So keep that in mind. So there's a distinction. That distinction will count for something. What about the recession? What about COVID? The recession has been the loss of human life, loss to the extent to which our lives have been disrupted is far bigger than the hit the economy has taken. Recruitment is still happening. People are still recruiting. The new age startups are still picking up candidates from schools. I don't understand the business model of several of these new age startups, but they seem to be able to give jobs and pay you for them. So what's to complain? So the job market is still fine, and the economy has definitely taken a hit, but it's not crumbled and disappeared. So there's no reason to believe that joining an MBA this year is going to be a disaster. We said this even last year, primarily because we said, look, the batch last year, the guys who are joining their MBA now are going to graduate 2 years from now. Those of you who are thinking about preparing for CAT now, you're going to graduate 3 years from now. If you're still talking about COVID, then we all have bigger problems. The hit to the economy is not as bad as has been the hit to people and lives and livelihood, not livelihoods, lives and health being far bigger. I'm not saying COVID has not had its impact, it's just not to the economy. And so recession has been there, our economy shrank, but then it's bouncing back from those lows. So that is so. If you got an MBA now, should you take it? Yeah, you should. From a tangible payoff, ROI metric, all of those you should take. And you're going to miss out on a bunch of experiences. I feel sorry. Heart goes out to you guys. But such is life. You're going to miss out on them outside as well. All of us are locked down. I have 2 kids. They get crazy. I just screamed at them saying, look, I have a session now. Don't come in, and I locked the door. But they've been inside this house for 13 months. You're 5-year-old. Your life is spent running around. And you put them inside a house for 13 months and they can't run around. It's sad. So it is not that the MBA is going to be the thing that doesn't offer you an experience. It's that our lives now are curtailed. We are living an abridged life. And 1 year of that life, you're going to spend it in MBA. It's kind of the tragedy of the year, not necessarily what the B school is taking away from you. Should I reattempt again? If you're not, like I said, the variables for taking an MBA very very clear. If you're 4 years of experience, you've got a decent CAT percentile, and you've converted a good college, you're getting 5 lakhs per annum. It's a no-brainer. Go for it. If you have 1 year for experience, you feel like you have another 10% in you score-wise, CAT score-wise, uh, and you're not in any particular hurry. The bias is towards waiting. Those of you who are taking CAT again this year, bunch of things for you to keep in mind. One is you're doing one more shot at it. Therefore, the emotional investment is even higher. So we should say, look, I need to make sure that there are no gaps in this. One of our guys got a 90th percentile in his first attempt, 97.5 in his second attempt. By the time he had taken a second attempt, he had the belief that he could crack it. He left the 97.5 on the table and took CAT again. When he prepared the third time, he said, look, I'm not leaving anything to chance. The first time was just testing the waters. Second time was a go at it, but not covering all his bases. He was a rock star in verbal. He knew his shit. He could always turn up and get 99 plus in verbal. And so he had a strategy woven around, I'll kill verbal, I'll do decently in the other two, and then I have a shot. Third time around, he said, look, I'm not doing decently in the other two. I'm not saying I don't understand geometry. I'm not saying for number theory, I'll need more practice. He said, I'll go after geometry. I'll go after number theory. I'll make myself like math. I'll learn from basics. I'll not leave anything to chance. And it really worked. It got him a percentile higher than 99.5, and he's doing pretty well. So if you're done and you're going for it all over again, you shouldn't leave anything to chance. You have a weak topic, you should say, look, I'm going to make that my strong topic. I'm going to go after it. Chances are, the first time you take CAT, you don't take a sufficient number of mock and you don't analyze them well enough. Start mock taking process very early. Very early. Take a lot more mocks. Make sure you don't have gaps that you need to fill, and work on what a potential weak area could be. That would be the themes that I would have for a repeater. For some, their preparation strategy writes itself. You've got a 99 in quant, 97 in DALR, and a 72 in verbal, and it's clear. Read tons of stuff. Know how to approach reading comprehension, and then you're good. Okay. So sometimes the preparation strategy doesn't write itself like that. There's no bias towards one killer section or a killer poor section. If that is the case, if that is the scenario you're dealing with, then amp up mocks, remove the chancey bits of your preparation, leave nothing to chance, work away on your error rate, and you should be good. Just an overview. Sometimes, several times we kid ourselves when we see our percentile. I've done this plenty of times. If you've got 80th percentile or 81st percentile, 82nd percentile, then you're not this close to 98, plenty far away from that. Right? So from 80th percentile to 96th percentile, you need 50% more. Percentile sometimes a very misleading number. Sometimes you say, look, I've got 93 percentile. From here to 100 is 7 more percentile. 7 more percentile points, it could be a 50% increase in score. From 98 to 99.7, there's a jump. There's a giant jump. And so be pragmatic about it. If you've got anywhere below 80th percentile, then you're starting from scratch. 80th percentile, you're not in the frame, and you're starting from scratch. Don't look to fill gaps and take mocks and fine tune something and get ready to go. If you've got above 98 and you're still having a go at it, then your preparation is completely anchored around mocks and filling gap. If you've got 80th or 83rd or 84th, then learn from basics. Do not bypass the basics just because you get to. You have done this exam once before. Don't think that some tweaking here and there and I'm going from 80 to 99. 80 to 99 is a long, arduous journey. It's a near doubling of score. 80 to 99 seems like, look, I've done 80% of the journey, but not. The score has to double. Anyone knows that if your score has to double, getting the first half is easy. Second half is far tougher. So it's a big leap. So keep that in mind. I'm pretty much done with the prepared leg of what I want to talk about. I want to jump in and take a bunch of questions. Right? I'm going to see them the last few questions. Lakshmi Narasimha, at the age of 30, said, "What doing a 2-year MBA? It still pay off." I've got several guys who have experience. We guys did an MBA, I did it from 2001 to 2003. The average age of the B school batch was 20 to 23. Now it's 27, 28. And so there are several guys with 3, 4, 5 years experience in the batch. You're going to probably have a couple of years more than them. If you feel like you can talk to a 27-year-old without feeling old, you're good to go. There's nothing that should prevent you from starting except the constraints you put in your own head. Chances are you'll get ripped apart in summer internship. Chances are also that you will, if you perform well, it'll all be clawed back by the time you have your final placement. This is from Satish Samrat. Can I get 10 questions right from each section with self-preparation? Oh, definitely. So verbal main, there's nothing called as Minecraft preparation. You read every day, you practice MRC, you know what para jumble is about, you're through. iler, do the last 2 years papers, do some practice, you're through. Quant, you have to cover some syllabus. 10 questions in each section, definitely you can do even more than that. Vishnu Sai, 2 1 we have the top 10 colleges list according to you. Top 10 is not much difficult. ABC are the top 3. Okay, so LIK, FMS, XLRI, SPJ are going to be the next 6. NMIMS or one of those colleges is going to be the 10th one. The top 9 ABC, LIK, FMS, SPJ, and XLRI, they kind of pick themselves. ISP. I didn't list ISP because it comes by the GMAT stream. You put ISP in the mix, you've got your top 10. It's trickier to distinguish between IIM Sycamore and IIM Suburb. It's like IIM Vizag. We don't know, they don't have legacy, they don't have a big history, they've been around for 4 years. So those things are trickier. The top 10 is simpler. Ashu Dhawale, waitlisted in IIM Nagpur in borderline as compared to last year movement. No other college. I also have a gap here, which I do now. Very sorry, Dhawale. There's practically nothing you can do but wait and hope. Pray if you're given to that kind of thing. If you have to fill your time, you're working and your job keeps you busy, nice. But if you have to keep your options open, prepare. Get ready mentally for another round of preparation. But there's very little you can do but wait. Abhishek Roy got 97.85 but couldn't convert any B school. MDA is left. All I'm getting right now on BPS, BPO job. Take that preparing for CAT again be okay. Oh, definitely. What kind of job you do matters very little. In your original application, number of months of experience is going to be in a box. And if that is 24 or 30 or 33 or some such beautiful sweet spot, you're going to get points. And if you have that sweet spot going for you, you get those points, you're good to go. And so what job it is, it becomes relevant only when you go to the interview. If it's a BPS, BPO job and you say, look, there's a job I got, I've done well in it, chances are they'll say, good, you've taken the job you've got and done well in it, hats off to you. It will not be held against you. What kind of job you do is far less important than the idea that you have some job. Mani Bharati, I'm well prepared for CAT 21. It's nice. 6 months to the exam, you're already well prepared. Good. Worried about a CAT 88, 78, 69. Can I convert old IIMs with 99 points in NCOBC? Definite. NCOBC is a massive boost. You get 99.5, you will get called by all of them. You get called by all of them, the chances are you can convert one or two. Aniket Agarwal got called from Jammu and Bodh Gaya, scored 91, 21 years, so very young. If you're confident of scoring 93, 94 next time around, then you're happy to wait. Make sure that you take up a job. You'll have 12 months more experience, one more round of having seen CAT, having gone all the way to interviews, seen them. You get 93, 94, Jammu, Bodh Gaya will definitely happen. That's in the bag. Beyond that, if it all goes well, you're going to have a couple of other admits as well. You should have it. My bias would be for giving it one more. Remember that these are kind of personal questions. Take the decision based on your gut feel, your risk appetite, your scenarios, your context. Just giving a broad overview. What are the chances of Aditya Jain? What are the chances of a non-engineer fresher getting into IIM ABC? What percentile would I have to score? Everything going for you, you have to score 99.6. If fresher, add another 10 basis points, you're probably looking at 99.7. Non-engineer is a little bit easier than engineer. But 99.7, 99.737, what are the ballpark you're shooting? Karthik converted NITI this year. Congratulations. Go for reattempt next year. Will lose my NCOBC category this year. After that, NITI is a wonderful college. You can go there and you can go places. If you're completely signed up to the idea of definitely getting more than this and you're confident of that, you go. Otherwise, go to NITI. NITI is a fabulous college. You do well, you can go. Gautam Raju, can I buy books? It's an easy answer. Yes. How's XLRI NCR campus? Should I choose it over NMIMS Mumbai? New campuses are always tricky to evaluate. It takes a couple of years for them to find their footing. XLRI is a good brand. They're trying their best to create an entity out of the second campus. So it's going to be a good place. But NMIMS Mumbai is good as well. If you ask me, I'm saying from between NMIMS and XLRI, there's not much of a difference, but it's not huge. So my bias would be for look, why not NMIMS? I am Trichy. This is Sita. How is I am Trichy? I am Trichy is good. It's a wonderful college. The next pack, Ranchi and Trichy seem to have broken away a little bit. They are considered that little bit better than the others. Therefore, if you've got Trichy or Ranchi, you should jump on it. On what assumption the mocks are designed for 3 years? We have to make some assumption. For the last several years, it has been 3 hours. Last year, it was 2 hours because of circumstance. Said circumstance can continue to be this year. We're assuming that if that happens, we'll convert and rejig. But until then, we'll keep it for 3 years. There's also the thought process that if you practice 3-hour mocks, kind of okay. Dialing down to 2 hours might not be the most difficult thing. Abhishek Roy, you're at 97.85, but couldn't convert any B school. We've already covered this, Abhishek Roy. Micah review, this is Sani Shekatkar. Micah is a wonderful college, especially if you're interested in advertising, marketing, then Micah is a wonderful college. Several of the new age companies go there to recruit for their advertising and marketing programs, marketing jobs specifically. If you're keen on marketing, Micah is a wonderful college. Shiva Chaitanya, would it be possible to manage job and CAT prep? Several thousands have done it, Shiva Chaitanya. Every year they do it. It should be possible. You should aim to do it. No doubt about it. Weak in quants, decent in verbal, and newbie in DLR. All of us are newbies in DLR. We start. DLR is a new weird animal. Once you're weak, then chance you do tons of practice, you can do that. If you get you should carve out 15 hours per week, one way or the other, for CAT prep. And if you can do that, then you can really work. Jump in, commit to a schedule, be disciplined, go for it. It is very much possible. Don't throw away a job, especially in this market. What do you think of the new courses by IIM Kozhikode, PGP Finance and LSM? Would be worth joining over new courses over at JM SOM, IIT Delhi. I'm not a big fan of new courses. Some of them break through and come out to be very good, but some don't as well. Like Symbiosis have several new courses, several new MBAs, and I worry a little bit about those. So I'm not a fan of joining a B school, spending so much money without being very clear that the payoff is readily available. So IIM Lucknow has a sustainability management course. It seems like all nice facts. Sustainability is a key metric. It could also be a life goal for several people. But whether it is tangible, whether there's an ROI, whether jobs come out at the end of it, you're not doing this to do research. You're doing this to get a tangible payoff. So any new course depends on the options you have. I have the flagship courses always carry weightage. I think IFIM Bangalore House. I think IFIM Bangalore is decent, but I'm not the best person to answer on this. I'll wait for somebody from the from the 2IM team to jump in. I didn't know how to start. This is Aman Mishra. I didn't know how to start. What things should I keep in mind while preparing? Prepare from absolute basics. Have a bias towards quant. Draw out a decent schedule and stick to it. Read for an hour every day. That's a broad framework. You Google 2IM CAT preparation schedule, you'll get a detailed document, an Excel file customized for your preferences. It'll give you what books to read, when to read, as far as the reading list is concerned. It'll give you an outline for preparing for quant topic by topic. That will give you a fabulous, comprehensive download. Start from that. Google 2IM on schedule, you'll get it. Muhammad Ghazali, how to start preparing for top business schools around the world like HBX, INSEAD, Booth. But the route to almost all those colleges is through GMAT. So take some time out to look at what the GMAT exam is about. So generally considered a slightly simpler exam than CAT. It's not a cakewalk any which way. There is a trial run mock GMAT available on their very own website. Take that to know what the exam is about. You should be able to, you should carve out say 17 to 18 weeks to prepare for GMAT and take mocks and practice and get it done. But if you do that, then you have a shot at it. That is the route for those colleges. We have a sister concern called Visaco. So they offer a beautiful course for GMAT prep. Try that out. It should be good to go. Niti versus SJM Som. I am Trichy, Ranchi, Udaipur. I would rank I am Trichy, Ranchi above SJM Som. Niti in the same bracket. You converted a bunch of good colleges, Karthik. Many congratulations. You should join one of these. Trichy, Ranchi, and Niti will probably be in the same mix. Akib Khan had 3.5 years of work experience, converted to Raipur and waitlisted in Ranchi and Trichy. Should I join these colleges or try for abroad next year? Abroad is a whole new variable. That is definitely an option. You need to make sure that you have a clear idea about what you will do with the GMAT prep. Are you very keen to go into the foreign labor market? Then we have to have one eye on the visa situation. But Ranchi and Trichy are excellent colleges. So you got yourself a good place. Many congratulations. So, good decision to have. Tricky. How clearly convinced you are that you want to get out of our local job market and jump into the international job market. Very clear that your future is in the US or outside, then you should go for a GMAT route. But if you're not, and you're thinking that's just another option, then Ranchi and Trichy can take you places anyway. I'm Udaipur. This is from Saurabh Kumar. I'm Udaipur is a good college, but any college has to be evaluated based on alternatives available. And vis-a-vis what? And vis-a-vis what you're doing now. Ashton Desai, 888, can I get time ABC? 888 is a middling profile. You get 99.8, you get called, and then you have a shot. 888 is actually a very good profile. Calling it middling in the context of ABC. ABC get first tips on talent. They get the best guys and they get to sit them down, make them dance for them and select them. Obviously, because you're competing in creme category, it's going to be tough. How's XUB MBF program? This is Ishwar Mandapatti. I'm not sure about that. I'm hoping somebody from 2IM picks it up. Does it matter 3 years of gap from graduation? It will probably matter. That means that there's 3 years where you have not been part of the job market. You better have a very good explanation. XLRI Delhi NCR reviews their sun preaching. Very little I can say about it. Very little anybody can say about it. XLRI seem to be convinced that they're doing a good job and laying the groundwork and making sure that they create a good second brand. But we'll have to wait and watch it. Himalaya Naik IMB PGP BA, which is IMC PGP, IMC PGP. Flagship course, better than other courses. Definitely. I want to build my profile for this is Srinab Jha. I want to build my profile for HR. What are the things I can do? This so many. Hey, this profile thing is I feel like saying profile thing is bogus. Mostly because for Indian B schools, the tangible metrics matter a lot to get a charter. 10th, 12th, undergraduation score, work experience, CAT score. Our 10, 12 UG score are probably already there. CAT is a number you've got. Your work experience, where you are working, how well you have done, how clearly you can articulate your role. Those are things that can swing that work experience point. But otherwise, scoring second in water polo or third in public speaking or having worked with an NGO or taken 5 courses in Udemy or, God forbid, doing a Google certification in digital marketing, all of them collectively put together probably amount to 0. And I find more CVs that have done Google certification than probably anything else. It's a 1-week course. Why would you not certify yourself? And so none of these things matter. None of these things matter much. Your hard variables matter. None of these things matter much. Abhishek Bogar, we see I have 999 in ACAD. What should be my percentile at least to get a baby new MBA? With 90th percentile, you should have a shot. Baby MBA definitely. New MBA 90th percentile, you should have a shot at new MBA also. New IM as well. 999, you have OBC, you should aim for 98, 97. Ritik Mehta can suggest a certificate course for a BSc passer. If you're interested in something and you're looking to learn that thing, go for it. There is no certificate course that is available on planet Earth that will make your chances for an MBA magically better. There is no such thing. If you like digital marketing, learn that. If you like finance and you want to do a course, do that. If you want to do a course on public speaking because you want to do public speaking, do that. Those things matter. But none of these is going to have any material impact on your MBA chances. Anju Poddar, I have 4 years of experience now. I want to do a 2-year MBA, not PGPX. It's feasible to do, definitely. 4 years is nothing. The median experience is probably 2.5 to 3 years. You're 1 year more experience than the median experience. How bad can it be? Absolutely no doubt in my mind. Several days with 4 years, 5 years experience have joined MBA, got good summer internships even, surprised themselves, definitely done well in MBA and got great jobs. 4 years is no brainer. You can definitely do a 2-year course. Atul Shukla, of course, with a profile with 866 with 2 years of experience, can get new IMs, baby IMs, definitely possible. Get a compelling CAT score, you have a shot at it. I'm going to stay away from the profile specific courses because there's no good answer. I want to focus on the broader themes that running through this. Oh, I seem to scroll too high. Give me a second. I'm just going to do this. Should I take up IMK or IMI or reattempt 2 years work experience? Priya asks, you should definitely take one of these two. They're good colleges. Between these two, tough to pick. Both are good, but you have a tough decision. Give me a second. I think Lakshmi Narasimha is non-conventional experience like running a business considered for executive MBA. Definitely, running a business is not non-conventional experience. Very much conventional experience. You're looking to go do an MBA, and running a business is the sweet spot as far as experience is concerned. I think I've missed several questions here. Let me have a go. I said, so I need to pick up my speed, which I'm going to do. As GM, how much should I get into Blackie? 99 point. Sita. We should get 99.7 to have a good shot. 95% DLR, 93% QA, 24% PRC. What should I do for VRC? Read tons of stuff. Get on Bharat's reading list now. Read tons of stuff for 2.5 months. The score automatically. Roshan, 6 months enough to crack CAT? Most definitely yes. Some months gap affect my profile. Aditya Agarwal, few months here and there won't matter. Satya Pradhan, how much time required to strengthen VRC? Relentless reading of 2 hours per day, 90 days, you're good. When can I buy books from 2IM? You can buy, we will not deliver. Not having Blue Dart or a professional, anybody reliable. We've shut down our office because areas under lockdown. There is no visibility. We'll not commit to shipment unless we get visibility. If somebody says Blue Dart or a professional is going to be operational and you can travel to our office, office can be open and give us a date on say June 10th or June 6th, then we'll start. Till then, there's no visibility. I'm not committing to a shipment without knowing whether our shipment guys will do it. Shiva Chaitanya 8.2, 84.6, 7.4, non-engineer, SC, ABC chances good. Percentage to get 97. SC is a good asset to have. Aniket Agarwal, if you lack algebra, double down on algebra. Tons of questions on polynomials and cubic equations, quadratic equations. 888 general mail, Ashrit Desai, definitely you can do. You have a shot. Any added advantage if an applicant has some work experiences from Akash Ishwaran? Most definitely yes. Is there any major difference between IIT Delhi and Calcutta campus? Definitely. Flagship campus for any course is better. PGPBA versus IMC PGP, we've done flagship course, flagship campus, always better. And just we've covered this. I am Shillong or MDA Gurgaon. Sales and marketing, I think MDA Gurgaon shades I am Shillong. I've not held any PORs in college. What can I do to boost my chances to convert ABC? PORs don't matter. Forget about it. I'm assuming POR means position of responsibility. It doesn't matter. Do well. If you have a decent ACAT and you do well in CAT, you have a chance. Vijay Chitlangia got 97.7 in CAT, but 53 in English. How to go about it? Read tons of stuff. Get on Bharat's list. Abhijit Pratyush converted IMB PGPO. Wonderful. Congratulations. Best wishes. Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thanks for wonderful words about 2IM. Please do spread the word about us. Tell us that there's a lovely YouTube channel to visit, and we offer a fabulous course. The reading list is being used by me. After reading, I answer, what else should I be doing after reading it? So, Sita, read more. Go where your clicks take you. Read other articles. Read books, novels, magazines, blogs, newspapers, the whole shebang. What are the thoughts on how to study basics? This is from Atharva Kale. My online course gives you a fabulous outline of basics. Try that out as a trial user. You get a clear idea of what I mean by when I keep on saying basics. Thoughts on XIMB? XIMB is a wonderful college, very good college to complete a B school from. It's probably not in the top 12, 15, but it's a good college. Should I join IIT Madras? IIT Madras again is a fabulous college. But we have several of our team from IIT Madras. I think IIT Madras is the most represented college in 3, 4, 5 people from IIT Madras working in our offices. So we have a giant weak spot. Abhijit Singh, I'm attempting for CAT 2022 after completing my CA. I don't have any previous experience preparing for any aptitude exam. Can I make it? Oh, definitely. Start from Jan, should be good. My one recommendation, if you're eligible to take CAT 2021, take it now. Make sure you sign up for that. Take the exam. You might be shooting for 2022, but if you're eligible to take 2021, definitely take it. Mustapuram Manita, your evaluation of SGM some good colleges. I don't think it compares well with the top 10. I don't think it's top 10, but one notch below. Utkarsh Khanna, my mock percentile is not getting above 50%. I will repeat it. What should be my strategy? Don't worry too much about mocks right now. Learn from fundamentals. Learn the basic ideas really well. Read away. Find where your weaknesses across the 3 sections. Plug away. Work on your plugging the weaknesses. Don't be overly concerned about percentile right now. Vijay Chitlandia, I converted NM Mumbai, but I want IMC, sir. Bit confused. Should I drop? Scored 97.7 this year, but 53. NM Mumbai is a wonderful college. I would be very hesitant to dump that. Nothing. Naitik Patel, CAT percentile is good. GEM 94, 90.3, graduation is good. 1 years, 2 years, PSU is good. Waitlist for Trichy and Ranchi rating. If you converted, my bias would be look, you've got a wonderful profile. Do well. Make sure you do really well in Trichy, you'll go places. My bias would be to taking an MBA. Obviously, if you feel like you have a 98.5 in you and CAT didn't just fall in place this time, then you can wait. But it's a good profile. You've got a decent score. Trichy and Ranchi are good colleges. Take it and make it count. Those of you are torn, there are several variables from here. If you join college rank 23 and you feel like you're worthy of joining in top 12, then join 23, hurt inside and kill. Be the top 10% guy in college rank 23. You will get better placement than being in median student in college rank 12. So make it count. Make the MBA count. Aditya Jain, 83, 85, 10, 12, economics being 80%. Decent background, definitely. Blackie, you have a shot. 10th and 12th are not great, but you get 18 again, grad and you're an economics student, that will be an advantage. Definitely you have a shot. I'm just looking to see where I left off in the question bit. Can I prepare for CAT, IFT, and XAT simultaneously? You're automatically preparing for all 3 simultaneously. This is Abhijit Singh. If you're preparing for CAT, 90% of that preparation, 95% of IIT preparation is already done. If you enroll with 2IM for CAT, then you are covered for CAT, SAT, IFT, SNAP, and MAT, the whole shebang. Don't worry. Core job work has any advantage? No. This is from Nibin Beni. Udit Shankar, should I join IIT Madras or IIM Kashipur? My bias would be for IIT Madras. Learning Shakti, learning Spanish, is it a good profile? Not required. You like Spanish, you want to go to Barcelona, learn Spanish. Otherwise, it's not going to make a big difference. Utkarsh Khanna, and I put in my paper scoring 50th percentile. I would never say quitting a job is good, so I don't know. I'm not going to answer anything there. Rishabh Chikra didn't get anything on a 95.64, gem fresher 95, 91, 91. My friend, 95, 91, 91 is fantastic. You'll be right at the top of the pile. But you're a fresher. So you work and get a change at 95 to 98 might be the best thing that you didn't get a college this year. You could do a far better college next year. Atharva Kale, what should you do? Basics are very weak. Go through the 2IM material. Try out the content just for percentages and geometry. You'll get a sense of what I'm talking about. We teach everything from basics. Go through the NCERT books. They're brilliant for classes 6, 7, and 8. That should set you up for the journey ahead. Ramakrishna, what is the percentile required for general category student to get you one of 99.7? Shanmuga Priyan, SJM Som, Raipur, Udaipur, Kashipur, which one to choose? Not sure about this, but I missed your question previously, Shanmuga Priyan. Sorry about that. SJM Som, and I'm hoping that Bharat can jump in and give a better answer than I can. So SJM Som, Raipur, Udaipur, Kashipur, one of the guys will have a better answer. First year BCom, what should I do right now for cracking CAT? Make sure you have a good BCom undergraduation percentile. Make sure you read for an hour and a half every day. Make sure you learn whatever you're preparing from fundamentals. You have time. How to increase speed in quants? Kunal Goyal. Boring answer. Practice tons of questions. No shortcuts, no gimmicks, nothing. Practice tons of questions from basics. Omkar Pandey, chances getting into IIMs with no work prepared for UPSC for 2 years. Preparing for UPSC is probably among the more reasonable and legitimate reasons for not having a job. Everybody knows that if you're preparing for UPSC, you can't do anything. So, therefore, it's probably all right. Make sure you get a good percentile. Some of the IIMs should open. Rohtak PGP or IIM Lucknow PGP, sustainability management. Rohtak PGP is probably better. Shahrukh Kamachuriki, 28 years, 3 years work ex poor catch and COBC candidate, repeater with 81 percentile. They go for it once more. There's no downside. It's not like you're deciding between joining an MBA now and going for it next year. Prepare for it with some hope and optimism, because MCOBC is also going for you. 91, 92, a bunch of those could be. If someone not able to manage time to prepare for CAT with job, one should leave job. No, one should find other ways of managing time. This is Saurabh Gade. Don't quit job. At least I'm not going to say quit job. Sakti 83, 86, 8.2, decent. Not great, but decent profile. Yes, is it advisable to go for mocks first or go to basic complete course? Don't wait till you finish syllabus to take mocks. That's not worth it. So make sure that you start taking mocks reasonably early. Don't wait for the whole thing to end before you start taking mocks. That's not worth it. So make sure you take mocks early enough. And so don't wait to complete syllabus to take mock. I would clearly say that, and I'm very clear about it. So take mocks right away, as early as possible. Is MBA and IIT Madras same as IIM? The top 6-8 IIMs are probably 6 IIMs are better than IIT Madras. But the newer IIMs, IIT Madras would score over the newer IIMs. What about the baby IIMs? IIT Madras would score better. Roughly how many questions in each section would be required to get 99.7? Obviously, it depends on the paper, level of difficulty, and all that. Usual 3-hour paper for quant, you should be able to attempt 27, 28. Verbal, same 27, 28, but good accuracy. LRDI, 16, 18 question, 15, 16 question. Thoughts on ranking of IIM Trichy, Raipur, and Ranchi. I think Trichy and Ranchi level a couple of steps above Raipur. Kashipur underrated, probably underrated. I'm not sure about this. In that bundle, the consensus seems to be that Ranchi and Trichy are they've broken away from the others. NMIMS Mumbai, I'm waitlisted in IIM Ranchi. This is Rama Shaurya. NMIMS Mumbai is a wonderful college. So even if you don't convert Ranchi Kashipur, going to a very good B school. Even if you do convert, I would say it's in the mix. Nothing much to choose across those three. 6-pointer throughout a CAT. Is there a way to compensate a kick-ass CAT score? You can compensate for that. This is Karthik. Any suggestion for this 1-2 month? Any courses? Prepare. If you're an engineer, prepare for some accounting basics. If you don't have a handle on probability and statistics, prepare for that. Shakti 2003 percentile for ABC, OBC female engineering student 97, 97 and a half. Good. Ravi Viplab should have quant scores. Arithmetic is completed. That's good. If you covered arithmetic, you covered half of quant. It's good. Excuse me. This one. Sorry about that. It's getting single digit in VRC, but very well in DLR and quant. Read away to glory, Abhijit, saying it will go places. I've seen people turn around their verbal after 3 months of steady reading. Hussain Kaprawala, no, you dread questions like this. I do. What are my chances of new IIMs with 77, 86, 60 general? BBA with 2 years family business experience. For new IIMs, you get a decent percentile. Several of these things will get offset. 77, 86 are decent. 60 is going to be an issue. But the BBA will give you diversity. Family business experience is also good. So you get a good percentile, you have a shot. Is it necessary to get internship in a top firm or a decent research project will do? From applying this year as a BBA freshman, Saman Bora. Don't worry, internship for your undergraduation, they don't matter much. Take up an internship that works, that's enough. 80 in 10th, but 95.5 in 12th is a decent. So your 10th is going to let you down a bit, but 12th is wonderful. So probably still need to score 99.7. Sahil Chalak, reading is important, but more important is to go one level deeper. That is true. That is true. How to monitor that with every article that I read. You should be in a good peer group. You should be able to discuss what you're reading. You should be able to have a course that helps you evaluate that. I think the reading list Bharat gives is wonderful. And not just what Bharat is doing. Between Bharat and Srivatsa, they've also started having questions and discussions on it. So big hit on our Instagram feed. You should get on that and see that they're actually discussing the passages there. Why Ranchi and Trichy is considered better than Raipur or Udaipur? I don't know why, but that seems to be the concept. They've taken good decisions early on. Their directors are very hands-on. They've got decent placement, good infrastructure, excellent faculty. So good package. Kashipur and COBC waitlist and 45. Yeah, I don't take the waitlist numbers also keep changing. Nobody can give you a concrete answer on that. Shakti 2003, how to build your profile. Don't worry about profile. Profile doesn't matter. Throw profile away. I think I'm getting quite a few questions on just profile. I'm going to skip that. We've done enough. I think Hussain Kaptawala said student 2020. I remember seeing having conversations on WhatsApp and email. This you're going to bear it with test your best wishes and go for it. Hope you make it. Sita, where is the discussion about the reading list going on? One of the best kept secrets of Instagram. And the Instagram page, it's actually fabulous. There's a bunch of memes, bunch of ideas, bunch of current affairs thing, and a fabulous session reading competition. If you have not seen our Instagram page, you should do so now. BTech and Kiran Raj, BTech and food technology. Few tips for my CAT 2021 journey. Learn from basics. Read a lot. This tons. Sahil Chalak, reading a lot of stuff would definitely work as a long-term strategy. Would it work as a short-term strategy? It will depending on how you define long-term and short-term. If you tell me that you have 3 months for reading, that's long-term enough. You read for 2 hours every day for 3 months, your VRC will go places. Right. This is a very quick detour, folks. We have a wonderful offer running on our on Test Dojo. It's a wonderful course which gives you tons of practice questions. please do check it out. Sign up as a trial user. I don't know how many of you have signed up as a trial user on the Prime portal. It's a beautiful, simple exercise, delightfully simple. In about 1.5 minutes, you can go to the content, check out test dojo, see the paper, see the test, see what's happening there. My gut feel is those of you who have taken CAT once, you're going to absolutely relish the opportunity of having a go at the test dojo product. So definitely go try it. Shakti 2003 said, good to prepare for CAT for 2 years. No, if you're eligible to take this year's CAT, take it. If you're saying I'm not eligible, I'm preparing for next year's CAT now, read fundamentals, read Away to Glory, learn, stay in touch with puzzles, and keep your brain occupied. But you don't need to prepare for this. Vijay Chitlangia 999 GM PwC buckets. Everyone is asking me to drop. Not me. Part of everyone. I'm definitely not saying leave NM and have a shot at ABC. I like NM. NM is a good college. I don't like the arbitrariness of having to wait for another year. But if you have less than 1 year, less than 2 years of experience, maybe you can give it a shot. I don't know how confident you are of getting 99.8. But NM is a wonderful college. Abhijit Singh, only need coaching for VRs. Is it available in 2M? Definitely. By any one part, standalone. Sunny, please answer this. 9.4, 76, 7.5, 95 this year. Top 10 B schools. Yes. Get a compellingly good CAT score. Have a shot. BIM Trichy is a good college. This is for Akash, and BIM Trichy is in a good college. It is probably not in the top 20. But it's a good college. It has a rich legacy. They teach well. They drill ideas in. They have a good alumni network. Good place. Wonderful. I think I've pretty much covered everything. Prasanna Gurudev saying FMS Delhi or IMC. If you don't want a student loan, no brainer. Go towards FMS Delhi. How do I choose which which stream I should do an MBA? Don't worry about it now. Get the MBA. Several people decide after 1 year in MBA. Don't worry about it. If you already have a bias towards finance or marketing, then validate it. Otherwise, go do an MBA. During the MBA and internship, you can shift. Wonderful, guys. I think we've covered the ground pretty much across the board. From now on, I'm just going to get a series of questions on this profile and that profile. One of those things that I'm going to tell you very clearly, there are no great answers for this. For this profile, what should be my percentile? There's no great answers for this. I'm always going to say aim for 99. And more importantly, it is not material in your preparation strategy. It is need for putting everything into concrete boxes and having a clear target. This is probably not needed. You won't need to have a bias towards that detail. Suppose you say you find out that 98.625 is the magic number. How are you ever going to prepare to get 98.625? Your preparation strategy and preparation discipline is going to be completely unconnected to what percentile you require. So don't have that as your. IFMR is a wonderful college. You should whatever they have good placement. They have a good financial engineering program. HR is supposed to be good college. Anup Kumar, what should be my thought process when selecting a specialty? Know more about the courses. Do the courses. The bias will automatically come. Nishant Kumar, I've been reading for 4 months. My score is still not moving. Keep at it, my friend. Scores will start moving. Read slowly. Take in the stuff. Scores will move. Have that faith. Abhijit Singh, 88, 79, 72, 2 years work ex. Did 3 internship. Blackie 99.7, 99.8. Somesh Ganguly, that's a very deep personal concept. We need to know what you're getting, what kind of job you are at right now, how much risk you're willing to take with 36 months of experience. Kashipur is a good place. If you're not in a great job right now, go there and make the MBA count. Domain specific program, MBA Analytics from Kashipur this year, try for Blackie next year. Graduation in 2021, but job not possible. If you're graduating in 2021, bias is for waiting. Domain specific courses are not as great as the flagship course. Okay. Wonderful, guys. I think I've had a time answering these questions. I was worried about the tech and the layout and all of that. I think now it is got that much better. Those of you, again, at the cost of repeating myself, I want to say this. All of you seem to want certainty for saying what percentile is required. That variable is a magical number. So, one, I cannot say what it is specifically, nor can anyone else in the world. Two, it is not relevant for your preparation plan. Don't hang your coat on one notionally certain number. Doesn't matter. We've got to. There's a beautiful quote from Douglas Adams, a guy who wrote Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the genius author. He says this quote which says, we want to have our uncertainty and doubts captured with a lot of specificity. So it doesn't work. I'm going to look up that quote. So to get you exactly what that quote is, fabulous quote. We demand rigidly defined areas of doubt and uncertainty. That's so true. We don't know what percentile will open the door and get a call. We have to accept that nobody knows. We've got to acknowledge that knowing this doesn't change anything. But assuming that 99.34 is the magic number because some one person has said it, we rigidly have that capture all uncertainty into one variable and feel like that variable has certainty. That's like a mirage. That doesn't exist. It's a desire for knowing that one number, which is going to take away all the uncertainty and give you something concrete. It's there, all of us have it. Right? But it is that number has no validity, which is a random number that either you pluck out of the hat or somebody else plucks out of the hat. And the number has no bearing on how well you prepare, how you prepare. So don't chase the idea, the notion of a one certain number. There's uncertainty all over us. Don't try to capture the uncertainty with rigidity. It doesn't work. It can't be done. Wonderful, folks. I'm going to sign off now. Good talking. Stay safe. The pandemic is still raging across the board. Stay indoors. Make sure that you're well covered. Take all precautions. Maybe another 2 months, and we should be out of it. But let us put fight till the vaccines come upstream and the numbers start going down. Hopefully, even if we have a third wave, it won't be as bad. So, stay safe. Stay happy. Prepare well. Best wishes.